Welcome back to the show. As we head into the lunch hour, we are looking to spice up our next meal, literally. Alisa Inouye from Savory Spice in the Alderwood Mall is here to help us with all of our spice drawers, and I'm so excited to talk with you about some of these things that I think so many people kind of want to know. Like, how do you know if your spices are fresh?
That's a great question. It's the question I probably get asked most often in our store, and I get it by phone too.
Okay.
So spices are good. They don't go bad. They're not going to make you sick.
They're not okay. They're not going to spoil.
No.
All right.
They are not going to spoil, but they're going to lose flavor and smell.
Okay.
And so the question is, when is too much? So I actually went to the store and just picked up some random spices.
All right.
Some are national brands, some are generic, some are store brands.
All right.
Just so you can see, and I'm kind of hoping that
the difference.
colors
You can see the y'all can see the difference in the colors, can't you?
Yeah. Especially cardamom. Cardamom is one of the things that loses its flavor most quickly and goes out of balance.
Wow.
This is freshly opened from our jar. Take a smell of that one. That's ours.
Oh wow.
And this
I
lighter
didn't even
color.
know that cardamom smelled like that. Oh my gosh.
So that is what you get at the grocery store.
That's what I'm used to smelling.
Yes. So it's a much stronger spice.
It smells like stinky feet compared to this.
Okay.
Oh wow, I'm not kidding. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
so it should look like sand, essentially.
It's a bit darker. You will see that on all of them, our spices are darker colored.
Okay.
And what it means is that they're more freshly ground. The volatile oils that give you all that flavor are really fresh in the spice.
So if we've never smelled your spice before and know the difference now that cardamom isn't supposed to smell like stinky feet, how do we know just by looking at it? You know, if I didn't see this and had nothing to compare it to, how would I know?
So that is a really good question. Sometimes, like with the cardamom, it just the smell is so faint. All of your spices should be very fragrant, very pungent.
All right.
We also really would love to have you bring in your spices, and we can give you a little comparison, and you can do this same test in our store.
Okay. All right. That's really fascinating. And this one too, I just smelled it. I first smelled the store-bought one, and that smells like cumin. This one, wow. That smells like it even more. So that is really fascinating. All right.
Cumin is one of those things that Indian cooks, for example, always grind at home because it changes so quickly.
The flavor changes so quickly.
So we even have customers who usually grind at home who will use ours as a shortcut.
All right, let's look at what you brought along with you here today, and I have more questions about spices, but let's start with over here. What is this?
So these are some of our seasoning blends.
Okay.
And the biggest thing on this is that at our store, we believe that everything should be a real food. Everything on the label should be something you recognize and that you might have in your cupboard or is in your parents' cupboard.
Okay.
Especially things like popcorn seasonings.
Oh, neat.
And also dips. If you look on the label of a lot of companies, you're going to find just a ton of things you don't recognize on that label.
Monodextroglutamate.
Yeah, something, whatever
That's
that
not even
is.
a real
It's
thing.
got more than 3 syllables. I only
essentially.
go to 3 syllables. So this is our onion dip. I've just put it into sour cream, and I'm going to just have you taste it. So there's nothing in here. We call it 7 onion dip because
this is in here?
Yes.
This is oh, okay.
Yes.
So this is like, watch out, Hidden Farms or whatever your name is, because this one.
So all the flavor is there. It's 7 onions.
That is really flavorful.
A tiny bit of garlic and a tiny bit of salt, and that's all you need. The rest of the stuff is not really for us, the consumer. It's really to make sure that whatever's on the shelf is going to last in its same flavor longer.
Okay. Okay, that is delicious.
So that's kind of the difference in the way we look at it. And popcorn is also just notorious.
So my family eats so much popcorn.
Popcorn is a great junk food.
It is a great junk
It's
food,
a whole
but it's
grain.
also a whole grain. Yeah. What's
So
on that?
that's
on
garlic
that?
dill. That's our garlic dill.
Oh, that's like a dill pickle. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good on potatoes too. French fries.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna take that one later. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
So you say it's important to read the labels because there are seasonings. You mentioned that you don't go more than 3 ingredients. But I know that some people who have digestive issues or you physically can't eat these ingredients. Do you have a lot of people coming who say,
we do.
I've got gut issues, we need your help?
We do. We actually have all of our spices are labeled very clearly, and we'll show anyone who has these sorts of issues how to read our little signs on the shelf that will tell you that this is salt-free, this is sugar-free, this is onion-free, this is pepper-free. So whatever it is, it's easy for you to find.
We appreciate that. As people with the gut issues. You also say something that I think is so fascinating. You say spices are the key to variety in cooking.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
You can have the same ingredients. Let's say you have some chicken and some red peppers and some onions.
Okay.
You can cook them so differently every single day that you can have chicken every week, every day, and no one would say, wait, is it the same boring chicken again? And so I brought some spices just to show you how easy it would be. And we're happy to share. We have tons of recipes. So if you come in store, we can give you any of the recipes that go along with these spices.
So great. Cantonese
so we've got
barbecue
Cantonese
pork
barbecue, we've got Chinese, we've got Jamaican. That one is shawarma, so you can do a shawarma. Jamaican seasoning, Cantonzaro, that's our Italian seasoning. So we've got, you can have more than a different chicken.
I don't even need a meal plan anymore. I'm just coming to grab your spices, and then I can have, this is actually genius. You need to start mailing this out in boxes for the rest of us.
Yeah, so that's for people who really just need a dinner solution. Most of our Spice and Easy collection, they just need a few ingredients and a few minutes, and you have dinner on the table. My favorite one is this one. It's saffron and chanterelle risotto. The only ingredients it takes, as a minimum, if you want to make it a meal, you can add other things in, is butter, and then some hot water and Parmesan cheese and this.
Oh, that's amazing.
You saute this mix with the butter, and then you pour the water in and you let it go. You don't have to do it a little at a time, just pour all the water in, and then you, after 17 minutes, you just mix it real fast. And
it's already fluffy and beautiful.
Creamy.
And I love that you put exactly what you need on there for the shopping list. Everything is so easy. Thank you so much. Actually, I feel like you've changed my world on how I'm looking at spices. Like, they're not just a forgotten thing anymore. I feel like we really need to front and center and be more respectful to our spice cabinet. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And